Motivation helps, but discipline and training makes you unstoppable. Namaskar, welcome to Headlines of the Day. In this video, we are going to discuss important headlines of the Hindu, and our first important headline is Governor's decision to call floor test wrong Supreme Court. It is available on page number 1 and ये related है paper to polity and governance से. In this article, we have to know about floor test, Supreme Court's observations on the governor's floor test call, can courts rule on disqualification petitions, and what has it said about the speaker's role. So friends, it is in the news because recently Supreme Court invalidated the Maharashtra Governor's decision asking Uddhav Thackeray to face the floor test in June last year, and the court also said that it could not reinstate Mr. Thackeray as Chief Minister because he had resigned instead of facing the trust vote. Now, what is floor test? So friends, it is primarily taken to know whether the executive enjoys the confidence of the legislature. It is a constitutional mechanism under which a chief minister appointed by the governor can be asked to prove majority on the floor of the legislative assembly of the state, right? Our next important headline is Delhi government has control over officers, says Supreme Court. It is available on page number 1 and ये related a paper to polity and governance से. In this article, we have to know what is the ruling of the Supreme Court on control of administrative services in Delhi and repercussions of the move. So friends, it is in the news because recently Supreme Court held that the state government will have the legislative and executive control over the administrative services in the National Capital Territory of Delhi except with regard to public order, police and land. Our next important headline is Problem with India's multi-alignment stand. It is available on page number 8 and ये related a paper to international relations से. In this article, we have to know about India's approach to conflict resolution to enforce global peace, emerging issues and challenges for India and what lies ahead. तो friends, ये points यहाँ पे बहुत अच्छे से covered हैं. एक बार आप जरूर देख लीजिएगा. बाकी अगर हम briefly देखें तो China's recent mediation efforts to resolve the Ukraine crisis have once again spotlighted India's approach to conflict resolution, right? Our next important headline is What is the stalemate over US debt ceiling? It is available on page number 10 and ये related a paper to international section से and paper 3 economy series को link कर सकते हैं. In this article, we have to know what is the US debt ceiling and what are the consequences of a debt default on the global economy. So friends, debt ceiling is the limit on the amount of money the US government can borrow to pay for services such as Social Security, Medicare and military. Now, what happens if US defaults? So friends, failure to meet the government's obligation would cause irreparable harm to the US economy, the livelihoods of all Americans and the global financial stability. Baki for the points, you can go through this article. Our next and last important headline is GST e-invoicing to include smaller firms from August 1st. It is available on page number 16 and ये related to paper 3 economy section से. In this article, we have to know about automated return scrutiny module and its objectives. So friends, recently, Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs has rolled out automated scrutiny of GST returns, and the move is aimed at improving tax compliance and boosting revenue collections, right? तो दोस्तों, आज के लिए इतना ही. Thanks for listening. For regular updates, you can follow us on various social media platforms.